Okay, so you already know, the topic I'll be talking about, which is the NBA right here, and for first and foremost, I just want to I just want to say that I'm glad that the game that I love is back. And basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to see, seeing these great players, and just like what they can do this season. So the first two games, let's start with the Nets versus the Warriors, of course. The Warriors, I know they got and absolutely the manhandled, meaning Kyrie and KD, and I said they did their thing. I mean, the Nets to me look like they are like, and they're just like the guardable and just like very tough to beat. You got Katie and Kyrie that I can just do almost anything. Sitting on the court. You know, and they just displayed their dominance on the court, which is just absolutely insane. I mean, you got Kyrie. I mean, there was just one moment, when there was a guy, guarding Kyrie, and Kyrie hit about like five moves all in one, and just like drove into the basket, which is just very insane because that guy is very talented. And you got like KD over there that's just pulling up from the mid range, from three, from like anywhere. I said from the corner, he's just making it, man. He's shooting over and at the his defenders, and I mean, though, there's nothing that they can do. Um, uh, for for like the Warriors standpoint, Curry is going to have to do a lot since his homeboy Clay is down with another injury, and that Draymond Green, he's looking a lot healthier now, but I think he's injured right now, so it's gonna be like a few more days, until he rolls back into action. Now with Steph Curry, though, it was cool. Since seeing him back on the court, saying he hit threes, and I mean, though, he tried to elevate his team. Saying for a dub, but the odds were just under, overwhelming for him. You got Katie and Kyrie and Chris Levert. You got Joe Harris, who was just shooting threes and just making them every single time, like catch and shoot. Uh, then you have Jared Allen. Then you had DeAndre Jordan. Who else? Oh, and you had Jeff Green and Spencer and Dinwiddie. So I mean, the Brooklyn Nets have this team that is like very, very well. They got veterans in there, and they got players that know what to do. Since they've been in the playoffs before, since they have that a chemistry going. So I mean, though, and yeah, the Nets were just dominant in that game. And also, Kelly Oubre and had this one spectacular putback dunk over KD that was just beautiful, marvelous, just beautiful. But yeah, and I mean the Warriors, there's nothing they can do against them, and what I'm saying, and I guess the Nets. So I mean the Nets got a nice easy dub on the season. And now with the final game of yesterday, it was like the Lakers versus the Clippers. Now, yeah, the Clippers were dominant in the first quarter. They were up by 20. Then all of a sudden, the Lakers came back and just like cut the deficit down to two. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that the Clippers couldn't hold on to that lead. Like they were like stagnant in that second quarter. Which tells me that the team is still vulnerable and that they can still be beat. You know what I'm saying? That they're not unstoppable. Still, they had to face LeBron and AD and with the new teammates, Dennis Schroeder, Wesley Matthews, Montrezl Harrell, and on the Marcus All. So the Lakers can beat them, and I guarantee you, like every single team in the NBA can beat them. You know what I'm saying? Because the Clippers are just like they're not unbeatable, and they're not unstoppable. So, I mean, PG, you know what I'm saying, did his thing. He had about 33 points that night. Kuzma couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying, because Kuzma was defending him, and PG just was just, you know what I'm saying, on that, what does Shaq say? Shaq says, that barbecue chicken alert. So, yeah. I mean, PG was just, I mean, though, he was just going off. And the Clippers won by 10. So, I mean, it's not a tough loss on the Lakers' part. I mean, though, and it's the first game of the season. You know, some they were just celebrating their ring, their championship rings, and those championship rings look dope, you know, and then they deserved it. And a shout out to Jeannie Buss who like, and a shout out, and, you know, the other former teammates, Rajon Rondo, um, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, uh, Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith. Who else am I forgetting? Come on, Trey, think. Okay, I think that's all. But you know what I'm saying, correct me down in the comment section, like if I missed somebody. So yeah, and you know, today we're gonna have, you know, the Bucks versus you know, the Mavericks. That's gonna be good. But on the Mavs part, they don't have a Kristaps Porzingis, but which I'm kind of upset about because that dude always get injured. And it's the season opener for the Mavs, so they're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be tough going against Drew Holiday and Giannis, Chris Middleton, and all the mother boys on the Bucks side. So it's gonna be an interesting day. So and that's it for today. You know what I'm saying, like, share, comment, subscribe on this channel. I said, and I appreciate the support. And hey, man, you know what I'm saying, you know, yeah, the NBA is back, you know, and we should all be happy. And even though we can't go into the arenas, those players, you know what I'm saying, that we love, and will give their absolute best, and on the court, and we should, you know what I'm saying, I'll be happy about that. So, thank y'all, love y'all.